beautiful people, and welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Jennifer Diamond, and I live a whole food, plant-exclusive, sos-free, gluten-free lifestyle for health and well-being. And I did that, and it actually gave me my life back, and it can help you with yours too. So I thought I would bring you along today as I make some smashed cucumber salad. Let's go. So I'm getting ready to go to a raw potluck, and I've had my eye on a cucumber salad, and I thought, you know what? Let's make one together. So here we go. I'm gonna start out with a few different ingredients. These are kind of on the small side, but that's what I have today. These are scallions. Some people call them green onion, and they've already been washed and cleaned. They're kind of on their way out. I prefer them to be nice and straight when I just buy them. But the store, even though we just bought these yesterday, the store didn't have any super good looking ones. But anyways, so I'm just gonna cut the tips off, and we're gonna slice these up. Always save your scraps for your veggie broth. And if you see any that don't look so great, the ends are a little, whatever, you can always take that off. Darn it, I wish they had some better looking scallions, but hey, at least we have some, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and slice these up, and you can slice them up any way you want. You can slice them up really teeny tiny. You can slice them up in a little bit bigger chunks. What I'm gonna do is just kind of go sort of in the middle. And I like to use the whole scallion. So that would be the green part and the white part. Some people prefer to use one over the other. I don't really understand that unless they're looking for to have it be a certain color. I want to eat the whole thing. So I'm just going to cut the whole thing and use the whole thing. There you go. So this is plenty cut up, or you can just chop it up a little bit more. We got a runaway piece there. Come back, come back. Scallion. There are so many different types of onions. If you don't have a scallion or it doesn't look good in your store, you could always use a different kind of sweet onion, or a white onion I think would be fine, or whatever onion you have. I really do like the scallion onion for this. Woo, I can feel it. It's kind of getting to my eyes. It's talking to me. Let me grab my scooper. Love this thing. One of my favorite tools. Simple scooper. I'm just going to set that aside for now. And then we are going to move on to our cucumber. Now, I've already washed these. These are English cucumbers. You can use Japanese cucumbers, Armenian cucumbers. I actually want to show you. I got this one at the farmer's market. Look at this cucumber. Isn't that beautiful? And I could use this one, but I already had a bunch of these, so that's why I'm going to use these. But anyways, if you don't care for the seeds, some people don't care for the seeds inside, you can always cut the tips off of these, which I tend to do, and then you can cut it down the middle, which we could do, and you can scrape out the seeds. I want to eat the whole thing, except for these little pieces, so I'm going to keep the seeds in. But different kinds of cucumber have different types of seeds. Some, less than others is what I'm saying. I don't know if you could see that, but I'm going to show you that. You could see it this way. And anyways, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do one cucumber at a time, but if you're not feeling happy today, maybe you should make smashed cucumber salad, because Yes, we get to smash it. It sounds weird, and at first, when I heard about this style, I thought, okay, why? And the reason why, I guess, is because supposedly some of the juices come out, and then it also absorbs more of the dressing that we're gonna make. So, you could use some kind of a knife or like big cleaver. I'm not gonna do that. I have this beautiful wooden spoon that I could do it with, but I also have this mini rolling pin, and I have it, my grandkids use it around the holidays when we make vegan or whole food plant-based cookies, and so I'm gonna try this with you. And so here we maybe I'll do one at a time. Here we go. And you just want to smash it, and it's not really doing much, is it? So I'm just gonna kind of go up and down. Woo, it's squirting everywhere. Look at that. See? So you can smash it until it breaks apart. Oh my gosh. It's splashing everywhere. I don't think Remy likes cucumber, but looks like there's a treat for him. All right, so I'm going to call that pretty smashed. What do you think? Even though it didn't split, it might be the type of cucumber that I'm using. So I'm going to go ahead and do the next one. Whoa, the onions are going crazy. And I'm going to just move this up here. Yeah, baby. It's hard to tell, but it is smashing. Smash. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I'm going to find cucumber on the refrigerator later. Oh, my gosh. All right, so I think that's pretty smashed, and it looks so smashed that you can't even see any of the seeds anymore, even though they're there. And then you just want to cut it, so you can cut it any way you'd like. I'm just going to cut it straight this way. Maybe some of the other ones, you know, sometimes you can cut it on a diagonal. I see in Asian cooking, they like to do that. And this is typically a dish that I've seen in Asian restaurants. So whatever floats your boat, that's what you should do. All right. I want it to be small enough bite-sized pieces for people because I think it's nice when you don't have just like one giant chunk of something. And just for fun, I'm just going to also do this. But there's no right or wrong way to do this, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and take my bowl, and I'm just going to start to put this all in the bowl. Seeds and all for me. And then I have 2 more. So let me go ahead again. I want to try it with this guy. What do you think? Sound fun? Sounds a little crazy. Okay, I'm gonna just, this is a mess over here. That's okay. We'll scrape it up later. The counter is clean because I just washed it. All right, here we go. Now what if you don't have this? You could use a rolling pin. You could use anything that, you know, will work. Anything that's smashable. I mean, if you have a kitchen hammer, hey, that would be fun, but I don't know if I'd use a kitchen hammer. And I say kitchen hammer because you don't want to go get something out of the dirty garage or wherever that you don't use in the kitchen with food and try to use it. This is really fun to do with your kids too, or grandbabies. I say grandbabies because that's what we have, but any grandkids, any kids. You could do it with your spouse and try to smash some cucumber at them and, you know, kind of have a fun time. That would be fun. You could switch hands to check on your coordination. Okay, so let me scooch this up. This is so fun. And you don't have to be mad, you know, to do this. You could be happy and just wanting to have fun. You could even like put on like swimwear and goggles. That would have been fun to do. Why, oh why? we go. Now it's good. And continue to cut up the cucumber. Okay, so now let's continue to add this to the bowl. And I might actually transfer this into a bigger bowl because it's really getting crazy. Now, we can let it sit there for a little bit and then, you know, drain or strain any liquid. We still have a few things to cut up. So I'm going to use a red bell pepper. You could certainly use a spicy pepper if you want, or we have serrano peppers, but I don't want it to be too spicy, but if you want it to be, go ahead and do that or mix them both. I'm just going to go ahead and how I like to do the red bell peppers or any bell peppers is cut it down the middle, kind of like that, break it open, and then I take this part right here and I push into the pepper. And what that does is it allows me to get this part out and save all this part that, you know, if you cut it, you'll waste it. Nah, you know, I don't like to waste anything. So let me move that out of the way and do it to this side. There we go. And just get that all out. All right. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice this. No, we don't have to smash the red bell pepper. Come on. I mean, I guess we could, but I don't think that there's, you know, much benefit to it because this doesn't have juiciness inside. Although, I don't know. You want me to do that? No, we don't need to do that. But we're just going to cut this up. The whole pepper I'm using. The whole pepper. Now, if you wanted to do a spicier pepper, you could do like a red chili pepper half, and then you could do half bell pepper to kind of mix the heat or keep the heat down. You know, red bell pepper, if you're not familiar, it is not spicy at all. It's very, very mild. You've seen green bell pepper, yellow, orange. It's just the different stages of the ripening process, and red is the most ripe. And that's why I tend to use it a lot. Green is how it starts, then it turns yellow, orange, red. So you could use orange, but I really like the green cucumber, you know, the green white with the red color. I think that is really pretty. I love to have a lot of pop in things, you know, with color. So I am not going to smash this. If you smash this, put a comment in the comments below and let me know, how did that work out for you? Also, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, then you're going to be notified when I go live or post new videos. And give this a thumbs up, would you please? It really helps me to spread the word, and I just want to reach so many people and try to inspire and help people. If you have subscribed already, I thank you. Truly, I really do appreciate your support, and I love having you here. So, moving on. Cilantro. Oh my gosh, I know some of you don't like cilantro. It's okay. Use parsley. All right? But for me, I'm going to go ahead and use the cilantro. I could actually use my cutters, but this is half of a bunch. So we had 3 cucumbers, half of a bunch of cilantro. We have a whole red bell pepper. We had all of those scallions, but they were kind of small. I think we did, 4 or 5. But anyways, okay, so here we go. I'm going to move this all aside. And then, now that I have everything cut up, that's really it. It's just making the sauce. But before we do that, I think what I'd like to do is drain this and just kind of take a second here to see what kind of liquid we're talking about. Because if it's just a little liquid, I'm fine with it. But if it's a whole lot of liquid, maybe we should consider draining it. So let's just do that, because cucumbers are juicy. And then what would you do with the cucumber liquid if you're not going to use it? Don't throw it out. I would save it if I do. Put it in my smoothie or add it to a dressing. But I wouldn't throw it out because it's good stuff. Okay, so let's see. It's a little bit of liquid. Okay, so we'll put it aside. So now we're gonna start with some apple cider vinegar, which I have in here, as well as rice vinegar. You don't have one, you don't have both, whatever, you can do half and half, or you can do a whole of each. I have half and half, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I've got some fresh ginger and garlic cloves that I've chopped up really finely. I also used the microplane, and you could use them both or whatever. And I'm just gonna use my fingers and get that all in there. Next, I have some miso paste. Now this miso paste is a chickpea miso paste. And I prefer this one just because I like to have a variety different times. And I also have some raw tahini, which is this guy right here, okay? Tahini is literally just sesame seeds ground up. So if you don't have tahini, but you have sesame seeds, go ahead and grind them up and you'll be good to go, okay? And then here I have some liquid aminos, which is a substitute for soy sauce. You could use soy sauce. I really prefer to do something different like coconut aminos, which is a much better substitute even still because of the sodium content. And but you know, some people are okay with it, so whatever works for you. And then I'm going to measure some maple syrup for a little added sweetness. And just gonna do about a tablespoon of that. Now, if you don't want that much sweetness, do half a tablespoon and then come back. You can always add more. Now what I wanna do is kind of smash it up and mix it. And then we're gonna add one more thing, which I guess we could do now, which is some red, crushed red peppers. Half a teaspoon. And if you don't like the spice, you know, well, use less. But don't forget, we did not have any kind of chili, red chili pepper when we just had the mild pepper. And so I feel like, okay, we can have a little more spice. And anyways, now we're just gonna mix this up really well. Now, if you find that this is too thick, we have the cucumber water we could add. And mixing with a spatula, not the best tip. So let me take this out and get a real whisk, which is a great tool. And this is good for what it's good for, but it's not good for what it's not good for. If that makes any sense to you, come on. But this looks really good to me. I'm kind of excited about this. So let me just put a little on the back here. I like that. So that's what I mean. You can adjust the flavor according. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the drained cucumbers in this bowl. We're gonna set this marinade aside. And then we are going to start adding in the onions and the red, beautiful peppers. Look at the color change right there. Bam! Doesn't that look amazing? Oh my gosh, I want to bring it closer. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Now, I'm going to put the cilantro in. I'm going to leave a little bit of cilantro to add at the very end, just to sprinkle like fresh cilantro on the top. And there we go. Look at that. Wow! This is such a simple dish. It's really, really incredible. So incredibly easy, I should say. So now I'm gonna mix this up, mix, mix, mix. I just love it. Look, do you see those vibrant colors? That's what I'm talking about. Food is beautiful. Whole plants are beautiful. And when you mix the colors, our eyes see it and our eyes taste it first, believe it or not, and it gets the saliva glands going, which is what's happening to me because I'm ready to taste this already. And it's all good. So now I'm gonna take our sauce and I'm gonna pour the whole thing. Now, you can double this if you want, depending on how much you're making. This is not my favorite spatula because look, it didn't do the best job. So Yes, it's worth it for me to dirty another spatula to get every last drop of this goodness we just created. So I'm gonna go ahead and just, look at that, there we go. That's what I wanna see. Nice, clean bowl. Okay, so now I'm just tossing. Toss, toss, toss. Look at that, and you really wanna toss it. Don't be quick about tossing it. You really wanna give it a chance to reach the bottom and really mix and marinate with everything. And I could even throw in more of this. I just really wanted a pinch for the top. So maybe what I'll do is just even put a little bit more of this in. You could put the whole thing in. You don't have to do it that way. But I just thought it might be fun. What the heck. Now I'm on a roll, I just put the whole thing in. But you could keep some aside and then have a little to sprinkle on top if you want. But we are gonna use something else to sprinkle on top. And that is going to be some sesame seeds. Now remember, we put tahini in it, so there is already ground up sesame seeds, but I really like sesame seeds on the top, and I have both black and white, and so I'm gonna use both of them. Look at this, doesn't this look pretty? Oh my gosh. And we still have some cucumber juice, liquid, so I am gonna save that and I'll use it in a smoothie or in some kind of other salad dressing, but I won't have it go to waste. Okay, so here are the black sesame seeds and here are the white ones. I'm gonna use both here right now. So, and you just to your liking. Wow, look at that. Do you see how that with the red and the green really has it pop? And then look at this one. A little bit less on the black for me, and there you go. We are ready to go to our potluck. Check it out. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, taste it. Yes, I am. All right. So let's see how this goes. So I've got, and if you make this ahead of time, at least an hour or so would be great because then you can allow the flavors to really marinate. I haven't let it sit overnight before because everybody usually eats it, but if you let it sit overnight, I'm sure it would just continue to be just as great. And maybe I would just put the sesame seeds on right before you're gonna eat it. So cheers, here we go. There's something that I forgot to put in the sauce. Yep, that just happened. I could tell because I could taste it. So let's put it in now. It's never too late to fix something. Lime. You could use lemon juice, you could use lime juice. This is a kaffir lime. It's not the traditional lime, it's a tree that we have. And I'm just gonna go ahead. I apologize that I forgot about that, but when I tasted it, I could tell that something was just missing. It tasted perfect except for this. So what you really want to do is you really want to have this when we're making the sauce. And maybe that's what I was missing when I added that cucumber liquid, darn it. So, you know, just be gentle with yourself. And there we go, look at this. Now these kind of limes are a little bit different of a flavor than your typical lime that you find in the grocery store that has the thin, smooth skin. Any lime, you don't have lime, you could do lemon, but I think lime is really nice. So I am gonna toss it, darn it, and I am gonna re-add some more of the sesame seeds because I really wanted that to be on the top for presentation. But before I do that, after I toss this, I will taste it. But other than that, I think it tastes pretty good. So let's go, let's try it. Now I already used this, so we're gonna be serving this. I'll get a clean one out. Ready? Okay. Oh my gosh, that is great. Oh my goodness. It's cucumber, it's refreshing. It's a gentle, mild salad. But the sauce components really make it just lovely. And so I hope that the people that I serve this to later today enjoy it as much as I am. I can taste a little bit of the heat in the back, and that's because we did some of the red crushed peppers. And so keeping that in mind for spice, you'll want to adjust it depending on what kind of pepper you're using. Let's go ahead and finish the job again. Put a little bit of those. Whoa. Okay, and here we go, everybody. There we go. Look at this. This is really nice. Thank you so much for being here today. I hope if you try this, you let me know what your thoughts are. And it's just a simple, easy, great salad that's refreshing, and I hope you enjoy it. So don't forget to eat your greens. You could put this on top of greens, actually, and give plants a chance. Take care, everyone. I appreciate you being here. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.